What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so let's get into some things that are happening with the silver just a little bit here because I got some. I'm going to be paying attention to a bullion conference today, so I'm going to be checking it out. But I did want to touch base on something very interesting that Chris Marcus was talking about to show you just how much this silver squeeze is having an effect. But if you want to contribute to the silver squeeze and you want to buy some precious metals, give a consideration to our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half an ounce of silver. You guys know we're over here on Pimpy's Investment Chat. Same name as the YouTube channel. Over here they talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. A real quick peek at the market. So gold again still creeping up near that 1800. It's just going up a little at a time, but this is April. This is gold delivery month. Another big part of that, you guys heard me talk about this. There is now, it seems to be a buying frenzy on gold around the world. So I think we have positioned ourselves and to be in a great place to, not only be aboard with precious metals, but to witness something historic involving precious metals. And we're probably going to see the largest transfer of wealth. I really do believe that there's a lot going on that's, absolutely supports that. Silver is back above $26. They were trying to knock it down earlier, and it's just going on up. So both gold and silver flying. We'll see how they do throughout the day. And then all of a sudden, this morning I was looking at Bitcoin. I was surprised because they were down somewhere around 54,000, which is about 10,000 off where they were a couple of days ago. So again, you have a correction there, you have a pullback, you have people just grabbing onto their profits once again. So like I was saying, just look at it as it being on sale. Buy on a dip is what we always say. That's the same with precious metals. Don't be discouraged unless there's huge loss. Although, 1/6 of its value being gone is kind of something to pay attention to. But again, we always say buy on a dip. So for you newbies, whenever you see price drop like this, we don't panic. Not unless it's a huge, significant one. Other than that, you just keep an eye on what's going on when it seems to be leveling off like it is. Then you start buying. We call that buying on a dip. Think cost average. All right? So again, cryptocurrencies, right now, they are, they're kind of iffy. They've been kind of stagnant over the last couple of days after the major up and then a major drop. But like I said, I don't anticipate them being down. They will rebound and start to go up. That's just my opinion. I do think that we are, again, in the window of opportunity. So for you people thinking, hey, I want to buy some right now, it's a good time. You can see they are a little bit cheaper than they were 2 days ago. If you're considering buying some cryptocurrencies, there's a link down below in the description. You just follow it and it'll take you to a platform in which you can go buy cryptos, okay? Again, gold and silver, I'm liking what's going on. Let's say the last few days, it's been kind of slowly going up and nobody's really talking about it because everybody was too focused on cryptocurrencies. All right? I want to encourage you guys to go take a look at something. Now, Danella over here, she's at the Stansberry Research. She's an awesome host, by the way. But she has this, she has a debate going on here. So this ought to be interesting. You have the Bitcoin person versus the gold person. That's tomorrow. So she's selling premier access to it. But my guess is after a few days, a week or so, we'll see it for free on her YouTube channel. That's not guaranteed, but I'm just encouraging people who are interested in checking this out in real time. I will leave a link. You just come over here to Danielle's channel. And, just encourage you guys to go check it out. So you're going to listen to people who support the two areas that we talk about the most, cryptocurrencies as well as precious metals, actually specifically Bitcoin versus gold. You hear me complain about it all the time. I'm not a fan of cryptocurrencies. That doesn't mean I'm not smart enough to know you can't make money off of it. But I'm a huge fan of gold and silver more than anything else. But these people are going to be making their case. Which one is the best to be into? Again, if you're really curious about it, I encourage you guys to go sign up and check it out. Chris Marcus, brought something to everybody's attention from the LBMA had put this in their 2021 media report. So this is interesting. So he took out this little snippet, but if you listen to what they're really saying, they're either stupid or they're trying to mislead us. It says at the end of February 2021, 765 million ounces was allocated in London against the ETPs, early transfer products, leaving only 360 million ounces of the potentially available metal. This suggests that had demand in iShares continued at the frantic rate of late January, early February, it would only have been a matter of weeks before London's existing stock was used up. Something tells me that it was used up, or pretty damn close to it. A lot closer than they're letting on. Well, it would have been surprising to see ETP's demands maintain this pace of buying. The concerns were still very real. So in other words, people taking ETPs or people taking on the physical deliveries. It says this reflects the time required for a refinery to convert non-good delivery material into 1,000 ounce bars approved by the LBMA as good deliveries, and then deliver of this by sea freight into London. So what they're talking about is, good Lord, remember I was telling you when it comes to commodities, most commodities can get replaced on, I think it's on average somewhere between 7 and 10 days, but silver's different. It takes about 200 days. So what they're saying here, it says they had to take in consideration, which is the non-good deliveries. So the silver in raw form out of the mines, then take it somewhere and get it melted down in 1,000 ounce bars, or maybe it is for a refinery to convert. Yeah. So you got the time it takes to get it into a refinery, get it refined, turn it into 1,000 ounce bars, then get it even approved by the LBMA, and then turn around and get it shipped, and then delivery time. So that's a lot of time and consideration. Meanwhile, if people are buying it up at the rate we were in January and February and still continue to do so, not as crazy, but still rushing, they would be out of silver. I keep stressing that we have them up against the ropes. That's why I keep telling you guys, don't listen to what they say out there. Oh, the silver squeeze is over. No, it's not. All they did was inflate cryptocurrencies, get everybody distracted. Watch ETFs shoot up and then go, oh, look at, they're dumping them, and try to convince us that the market was flooded. They drove the prices down. Nah, keep buying. I'm telling you, man, we have them up against the ropes. It's like the rope-a-dope, Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? Another way to view this is to look at combined COMEX LBMA holdings, which at end of February were 1.5 billion ounces. ETPs vaulted in these locations stood at 880 million ounces, which meant that 42% or 638 million ounces was in inventory immediately available to meet new silver ETP demands. Now, I don't know about that. Okay, but even so, that means we took it down, and it says 42%, but here's what gets me. It says the holdings, which at the end of February were 1.5 billion ounces. I know it says 1,518 million, but that's 1 billion. ETF vaults at these locations had 880. So what is the holding? What is the discrepancy there? So 880 million ounces, 42% or 638 was in theory immediate. Look at how they word this, because it's important. Because what we're talking about here is contracts, paper. Remember how they count. They're not honest about how they count. Look what it says here, which meant that 42% or 638 million ounces was in theory immediately available to meet new silver ETP demands. In theory. Well, what was it in reality? What was it in practice? I keep telling you guys, we keep doing this. Keep chugging at it, man. Just keep stacking silver. Because if you don't start now, if you haven't started, or you're procrastinating, You're going to sit around one day and go, man, I remember I could have picked it up at like $33 an ounce. People go like, what? Yeah. Because there's people kicking themselves in the ass when they were like, oh man, I remember when gold was like $200. I could have bought it at $200 an ounce. Don't be one of those people. Right now is the time. For you people with your IRA accounts and your 401ks, if you want to catch that upswing and help with your portfolio, as well as protect it, both from inflation and any kind of real market crash, you should consider converting 25 to 30% of your holdings into precious metals. Reach out to Money Metals. They will walk you through. 800-800-1865. Talk to Money Metals. They're the professionals. They will help you. You can see what's already happening. So if they don't have the metal to distribute, and let's say you own one of these shares in which you're allowed to trade it in and get one physical share for every share that you have, and then they don't have it, well, then you don't get the precious metals. That's that saying. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And if you say, well, I got a lot of money, Pimpy, in my account, like I said before, do the conversion and reach out to Money Metals. They do have a segregated storage. You have your own space to hold your metals. All right. But again, this is very interesting. Chris Marcus pointed this out. As you can see, I like how they say, in theory, that's what they had. Anyways, it goes on to say, this does not take into account any challenges in moving metals between London vaults, nor any hurdles in being able to ramp up ETP allocations on COMEX versus London. It does not suggest that the pool of available metals should be sufficient. Oh, it says it does. It does suggest that, I was about to say, what the hell? They actually admitted it. It does suggest that the pool of available metals should be sufficient. So again, you guys got to pay attention to wording here. When it says over here, 638 million ounces was in theory immediately available, then you come down here and it says, it does suggest that the pool of available metals should be sufficient for the foreseeable future, at least to meet new ETP demands. This also presupposes there is no repeat of social media frenzy. Should this occur, higher prices would almost certainly be triggered, which would be met by heavy selling. So what they're doing is this. You see what their plan is? The fact that they say, if there's another media frenzy, if they do a second wave of silver squeeze, they might have a problem keeping up demands. But what does it also say? If we do this, it says this should trigger higher prices to pay for it. So the value of the silver will drive up because think supply and demand. And then what they're banking on is that you people are so desperate to grab the profits, or you can't afford to hold on to the metals, or, whatever reason, that the higher prices would then turn around and trigger a frenzy of people selling their metals back. They want to hurry up and grab the money and get out. That's why we keep saying, hold the precious metals. All right, so yeah, this is very interesting what they're saying here. I like the wording. In theory, you like how they do that? Should be. And they're worried about another media frenzy. And they think if it does, they know it's going to jack the prices of precious metals up. So start buying again, you guys, because this time they are aware that the price is going to go up. But then they're anticipating we are going to sell it. Yeah, but if we don't sell it, guess what happens? The prices keep going up and up and up. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to go listen to this conference and get back to you on all the good stuff when it's done. But I want to encourage you again, right now, start stocking up. Start stocking up. Another wave. We'll take it. Go check out our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. Links down below in the description. All right, my friends? I look forward to hearing what you think. Do you see what do you think of the wording on that from the LBMA? What do you guys think about that, huh? Like how they do that? It's suggestive. Might be, in theory. They're worried about another media frenzy? Social media frenzy? I don't think they got it. I think they're BSing about how much they're holding. There's a lot of other things not taken into consideration. We're still not even to the Green New Deal. Solar panels, electric cars all take both copper and silver. And copper is taken off like a bat out of you know what. All right? Anyways, I just want to bring this to your attention. You guys are doing an awesome job. Just keep buying and holding. Keep that stack going. Now is the time. Now's the time. Buy on the dip. Think of it as silver being on sale. All right? I'll catch you later.